Good morning, good morning. I am Evora Bentley, your faith, purpose, and mindset coach, helping others to change their mind so that they may change their world around them. If you can do me a favor, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Um, I am also the founder of the Overcoming the Battle movement, whose mission and purpose is to empower others all over the world to discover their purpose, to know that your true identity lies in Christ. So, um, I feel like this. I feel like the video is dark. Maybe it's just my phone. Good morning. Hi, how are you? But I won't let that be a distraction. Anyhow, let me because I don't want this to be a long, drawn out video, but let me just share some things with you. In 2013, I wrote the first version of Overcoming the Battle, and the book was so prophetic. I didn't even realize how prophetic it was. So, in part of the story, it talks about a transitional house. I had never had an encounter with a transitional house. Okay, follow me with where I'm going here. So anyhow, and I also remember in a time as far as when God called me away from my job, I remember sitting at my kitchen table, and literally the Lord impressed on my heart. It was just like this passion as far as just helping women and helping women in homeless and single moms, right? And so I'm literally sitting at my kitchen table and crying, not even understanding. I'm like, what in the world? At this time, I had my own home that I purchased, and me and my three kids are good. So I'm really not understanding what this was impressed on me. So that was in 2013. I wrote the book. I believe I had this encounter in 2014. I moved to North Carolina in July 2014. Okay, the Lord set me and my children up. We moved into a gorgeous house. I was able to pay the lease up for a whole year. What happened afterwards is that with the job I had, I could no longer afford it. Okay, I'm just being so transparent. And so in that time, I was debating and was trying to run back and move back to South Carolina. Anyhow, long story short, the Lord made plain and clear, no, you are not going back. Let me rewind. In 2014, after I moved to North Carolina, like that fall, I started helping and volunteering at a place that helped the homeless, right? They could come and take their mail, check their mail, shower there, and all that kind of stuff, okay? Wrote the book 2013 about this transitional house. 2014, I found myself volunteering, helping with the homeless, okay? 2015, because of the fact that I could not find a place once my lease ended, I was trying to move back to South Carolina. The Lord specifically told me, no, you are not to go back. He sent me through the doors of a transitional house, okay? A long story short, some life-changing events happened in that place where it was more about me being homeless, okay? Follow me. Last night, I went to an event for this transitional house because they did something earlier this year and they called me back. And I'm sitting there, and the lady who is like over where I volunteered to help with the homeless is standing up there, and it hit me. I'm like, oh my goodness, I volunteered at that place when I first moved to North Carolina. And then she was there helping with the event at a transitional house that I had stayed at. They had did a project of a video, and I was able to be a part of it. It was just such a blessing. So last night was like a benefit event. Now listen to this. You have to understand that when we focus on our purpose more than the platform, see, so many of us, we are looking and thinking that we're not operating in our purpose until we're on this big platform where people can see us. But that is not what God intends. You have to understand, it does not matter if you think you might be at the lowest point of your life. You have to always be seeking God to be operating in purpose, and don't just think, wait, I gotta wait until I get this many likes, I get this many views, I'm on this big old stage and all of these people, and then I'm operating in my purpose. No. That's what the enemy wants you to think. So anyhow, I shared that, right? This morning, I just feel like something had just shifted. Something had broken. God just brought me back to the importance of purpose in such a new way, in such a new light. I had a lady that worked at the transitional house when I was there, right? Not one of the residents, but someone who worked there, who came up to me last night and she said, Evora, I always think about you. She said, do you remember our meeting we had? So I'm like, I had completely forgot. She said, you remember when I asked you, how do you do it? You know, you have these girls, but you're always focused on God. And I'm like, she said, do you remember you told me that it didn't matter if you had to push to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning, that you were going to spend time with God because you knew you had to connect with him. And you told me that even if I'm in my car, that I need to make sure I'm spending time in connecting with God. And then it came back to my remembrance when we did have that meeting. And she said, you just don't know how much that has changed my life. So when I'm doing my devotion, she said, I always think about you because that's something I needed. Now, mind you, at this time, I'm homeless, living in a transitional house. And here God was using me to help someone that works there. And I could have been looking at my certain circumstance thinking that I was no good. But you have to understand that wherever you are in your life, and when it comes to your purpose for God's will to be done, his kingdom to come on earth as it is in heaven, that you cannot be looking and beating your situation up and think you're not operating in purpose because you think the platform is supposed to be where everybody sees you. The purpose is so much greater than the platform. You're waiting to get on a big stage where thousands of people are drawn, and so everybody can see you. Even if you're operating in your purpose and no one ever sees what you do behind closed doors, God sees. He sees and he's pleased. He's pleased with you. So this morning, I just want to encourage someone who might be waiting for that big stage, or waiting for all of these likes and this and that, before you say, I'm finally impacting and changing somebody's lives. God can use you right where you're at. You just have to be a willing vessel. Right where you're at. And you just have to be a willing vessel. Stop thinking that you're lower or he can't use you because you're looking at your circumstances, your situation. Let me tell you, when I Uber was a training ground that I needed. See, so many of us don't know who we are, and we battle and we struggle, that we discount the gift that God has placed within us. But let me tell you, God already knew the glory that he would get out of it and the use it would be. That's the reason why he put it in you, so that he can use it through you for his glory. We discount our gift, but Uber was my training ground. Because I would get people who pull up in their half $1,000,000 homes, entrepreneurs, successful people. And the Lord would use me for the gift he placed in me to encourage these people so that there could be a shift But before, when I first started Ubering, I would be intimidated by those same people. Because I didn't know who I was, because I was still struggling, because I didn't understand the value and the gift that God placed in me for his glory. It's all for him. It's all for him. So stop being so focused on the likes, on the platforms, and you let him use him right where you are. Let's get back to the focus of purpose. When we can get back to the focus of purpose, we'll make sure we're always doing what we need to do to please him, not people. I hope you all have an amazing day on purpose.